Hey, let's get educated here. There's something very, very important that we are going to learn from here. And it's about this new moon. Yes, it's about the new moon. You know, some education is important. From those that know, it's good to always be educated. And I'm going to give you this guy so that he educates you on the new moon.
So the spiritual community people, let us talk about the new moon that is approaching. Now this coming new moon, it is a unique new moon. It is a new moon that is coming with a new wave of energy and even changes when it comes to the energetic shift and even the vibrational frequency of the earth. Why am I saying this? This is not just a new moon. It will be a solar eclipse. Earlier this year, we talked about the lunar eclipse. We talked about the portal that was opened during the time of the lunar eclipse, a portal that usually represents closure. Now this solar eclipse usually comes with a portal of new beginning, a portal of new project, new intention, and even new ways of things. This is where many people will transform to new versions of themselves. If you want to manifest, if you want to renew yourself, if you want to undergo rebirth, this is the best time to do so. When it comes to the eclipses, eclipses are all about alignment. It doesn't matter whether it is a solar eclipse or even a lunar eclipse. It is all about alignment of the earth, the moon, and the sun. In this case, the sun usually represents the masculine energy. The moon usually represents the feminine energy. And the earth usually represents the balance of the two. All the energies are usually felt within the earth. And that is where now we have the balance of both the masculine and the feminine energy. And when I'm talking about masculine and feminine energy, I'm not talking about gender or even sexuality. These are energy archetypes that usually exist in both of us. Whether you are a male, whether you are a female, you are going to be affected by either the lunar eclipse or even the solar eclipse. Now, when it comes to the energetic changes, even some people, when it comes to their own body and their own spirit, they have started to experience the shift. They have started to sense that there is something wrong within the environment. There is nothing wrong. It is all about the energetic changes. Your own spirit is talking about the energetic changes. Your sensitivity is talking about the energetic changes. And your own body, it is reacting to the energetic changes. This coming solar eclipse will occur on August 12, 2026, according to the Gregorian system calendar. It will begin at around 1537 UTC. It will reach its maximum at around 1740 UTC. And then it will end at around 1950 UTC. UTC is Universal Coordinated Time. Now you can compare your time zone to the UTC in order to understand when this portal is opening. When it comes to the visibility, this coming solar eclipse will be visible in the parts of the northern hemisphere, not the southern hemisphere. Even when it comes to Africa, the only people who will see the partial part of the solar eclipse, it will only be North Africa, not the other part of Africa. When it comes to the southern part of the hemisphere, it will not be visible. Away from that, you need to understand that this one will be an alignment. An alignment of both the sun, the moon, and the earth. Yes. And when we have an alignment, we usually experience changes when it comes to energy. First of all, because the veil between the physical and the spiritual realm usually becomes thin, forcing all the energies into the cosmos. That veil, it is called the ethereal plane. It usually have the highest form of energy that we call the ether. This is the home of your spirit. Remember your own physical body. Its home, it is here on the physical dimension that we refer to as the earth. This physical body usually comes from nature. Now your own spirit usually comes from the ethereal plane. And that is why it is called the ethereal body. Now during this time of the new moon, and especially the solar eclipse, there are those changes that you're going to experience. The first changes that you're going to experience, it is just within your own body. Your own body will be reacting to the energetic change, especially when it comes to physical sensation, like the tingling or even the pulsing sensation here on your forehead area. This is because of that veil between the spiritual and the physical dimension becomes thin. It usually opens portals, allowing easier connection with higher dimension and even higher state of consciousness. Remember, this is where we have the third eye center, the third eye portal, and the pineal gland. Your pineal gland, this is the antenna that usually collect information from other dimension, from other timeline, and usually connect you to other states of consciousness. Now, due to increased things like intuitive downloads, spiritual downloads, now you will be experiencing the tingling or the pulsing sensation here within this area. Even some people have started experiencing even before the arrival of the solar eclipse. The other change that you're going to notice, it is changes when it comes to your own dreams. This energy of the new moon will be affecting even our dreams. In most cases, many people are going to experience a lot of vivid dreams. And even some of them, they might experience their dreams becoming more symbolic and even more prophetic. By more prophetic, this means that whatever that you will be dreaming will be manifesting on the physical dimension. You will be shown things that are not yet one dimension. And some people may experience a lot of nightmares because the energy of the new moon will be amplifying the suppressed things within you, especially the solar eclipse. Whatever that you have been suppressing, be it secrets, be it fear, will be coming into the surface, and it might manifest in your own dreams as nightmares. Many people may experience a lot of spiritual visitation. This is because of the veil that has become thin, opening portals and connecting you to your ancestral realms, getting messages from the spiritual dimension, your ancestors, your deceased loved ones, your spiritual allies, or those people whom you're connected to. The other change that you're going to notice, especially when the solar eclipse will be happening, it is something that is called sacred silence in nature. Now, when it comes to energetic sensitivity, it is not just the awakened humans who are very sensitive to energetic shift. Even the birds and even the animals, they are very sensitive to alignments, cosmic events, and even changes when it comes to energy. They notice when the energy has dropped. They notice in chaotic environment. They notice toxicity when it comes. Very sensitive to alignments, cosmic events, and even changes when it comes to energy. They notice when the energy has dropped. They notice in chaotic environment. They notice toxicity when it comes to energy, and even they usually notice the calm energy. Now, during this time of the solar eclipse, when you visit nature, you will not notice a lot of bird songs. Even the cats, the dogs, they will be behaving differently. They will appear to be more calm because this is a sign of nature, of us recognition to cosmic shift. The other thing that you're going to notice, it is synchronicities.
What is
you
that?
might notice repeating numbers. Everywhere you look, you see repeating numbers. Something like 111, 1111, 1212, 2222, 777. All of these are repeating numbers that we refer to as synchronicities. You might notice animal signs, different birds, different animals that usually bring different messages. You might notice what we call coincidences. But in this world, there is nothing like coincidences. That is where you think of a person, that person start calling you, that person start finding you. That is not a coincidence. It is all about alignment. All of these are cosmic confirmation of showing you that you are aligned with the eclipse transformative energy. The other thing, it is something that we call time distortion. That is where some people will feel like time has speed up or even time has slowed down. When it comes to time, you need to understand that time is not real. Time is something like an illusion, and that is why we usually experience time differently. Now, during an alignment, what usually happens, that balance of time, it is usually disrupted. And that is why when it comes to certain people, they will say that time has speed up, and some people will say that time has slowed down, because they are experiencing time differently, because that balance of time within the physical world has been disturbed. Remember, time, it is something that only exists within the physical dimension.
So what are we supposed
Outside
to
the
do?
physical dimension, there is no aspect of time. And even when it comes to the inner universe, that is your own soul. Your own soul doesn't experience what we call time, doesn't experience the aspect of time. The aspect of time, it is only experienced by the body. It is there to only limit the body. The other thing, it is heightened intuition. During any cosmic activity, never ever ignore your intuition. Remember, when it comes to intuition, intuition usually comes from your soul. Intuition, it is the way the soul usually communicates to the body. The soul's will become known to the body. Now, during the time of cosmic activity, your intuition usually speaks the loudest. What people call the gut feeling, that is the intuition. That is the direction, that is the compass, and that is the warning. And many people usually find themselves confused here on the physical world because of ignoring their intuition. Now, during this time, you're going to notice that your inner self is speaking more louder than your own body. And that is why you need to pause. You need to listen. You need to connect with yourself. You need to connect with your inner self. That is the soul. And the last thing that you're going to notice, it is collective mood swings. During this time, do not react to triggers. Do not react to negativity. This is the time where many communities usually feel unsettled, they feel anxious, or even unusually quiet. This is because of the energetic impact of the eclipse to the collective consciousness. Remember, we are the collective consciousness. We are usually connected from one person to another. We are the union, the universal consciousness, or what we call the oneness. Now, every aspect, every change of energy will be affecting us equally. The difference will just be a little, depending with their level of vibration. This coming solar eclipse usually come with something that is called a cosmic reset. By a cosmic reset, this one means what? There is a certain kind of cycle within your life that is about to change. There is something about your own version that is going to fade. Maybe you're going to transform from an old version of you to a new version of you. And you need to be prepared for renewal. Now, when you become a new version, you can expect certain changes within your life, especially the things that you are attracted to and even the people that you usually attract. A new version usually come with the new roots, new desires, new attachment, and even new group of people. When you become a new version of you, there are some people that are going to live out of your life. This is because they are not part of your own version. They are not part of the life journey that version is going to take. Every people who usually come into your life, they usually come for a specific purpose. They usually come to give you certain lessons and even certain knowledge that are going to serve that version within that specified time. So when you transform to a new version, some people will live out of your life a way of showing that they have already fulfilled their own purpose to your previous version.
So when you see
some people will give you knowledge, others will give you pain, others will give you experience, and others will give you companionship, and others will give you lessons. All these people, they usually come for a specified purpose. Nobody usually come into your life by mistake. And even when it comes to the things that you usually desires, things that you are attracted to, you're going to find that there are so many things that used to excite you on your previous version. But when you become a new version of you, that excitement is going to fade away. Something that excited you the most, right now it doesn't.
Listen to this. It's important.
When you become a new version of you, that excitement is going to fade away. Something that excited you the most, right now it doesn't bring that excitement. It doesn't bring that dopamine. It doesn't make sense to you. Why it used to excite you the most. That is how we usually transform. And during this time of the solar eclipse, be ready to transform. And the other thing associated with this solar eclipse, it is shadow and revelation.
That is
physically, during the solar eclipse, the moon usually covers the sun. But remember, life is spiritual. That is symbolic of showing you the unconscious. That is the moon. The subconscious covering the conscious. That is the sun. The feminine covering the masculine. Now, what is the feminine? What is the subconscious? This one usually represents your emotions. And when it comes to emotions, people have suppressed emotion. People have things that we call secrets. It's about time that they suppress emotion, their secret, come to the surface, demanding for acknowledgement and even healing. And the other thing associated with this solar eclipse, it is spiritual detox. In most cases, you're going to find yourself very emotional during this period. Even some people start crying. Now, when it comes to tears, tears are very powerful. A way of releasing the suppressed emotion. A way of releasing the toxins.
Should we cry
and even carrying information of connecting with the mother nature. When you drop your tears to the ground, your own intention become known to the mother nature. Another thing, it is very good to meditate, cleansing yourself, or even fast during this time. It is not about superstition. It's about alignment with the eclipse pose in order to renew your own mind and your own body. By overpowering the ego, you start to identify yourself, not with your body, not with your religion, not with your tribe, not with your status or even possession, but with your inner self, with your true self. and even with their own divine purpose. To make good use of this energy, you can cleanse yourself. Take something like a spiritual bath in order to renew your mind,
Spiritual
your body,
bath.
and your spirit. The other thing that you can do, you can make your intention known to the universe. You can plant your own seed of intention.
Okay.
During this time of the new moon, what you need to do, find a seed that is going to grow faster. Mix that seed with your own saliva and speak your own intention before planting that seed. Now, as that seed grows, that is how your intention will be amplified and get known to the universe. Another thing that you can do, you can connect with the inner self. I usually tell you, all the answers that you usually seek about yourself, they are not outside. They are within. Your own soul or the real you chose this life even before you were born.
Yes.
So your own soul understand the journey, understand where the soul is taking the body, and the soul know your life chapter, how it will begin, how it will progress, and how it will end. And connecting the body and the soul is very easy. The first thing is by following the intuition. The intuition is a sacred whisper from the soul. When you follow the intuition, when you do what the intuition is saying, you have started connecting with the soul, the real you. The other thing, it is through sacred silence. That is where you need to silence the thoughts. You need to silence the body and listen to the inner self. What is the inner self saying? And the other thing, it is by operating with your own gifts, your spiritual gift. Spiritual gift, these are tools that you need to operate your own divine purpose, the path that your soul usually takes. And lastly, you can use this chance, this opportunity, when it comes to reprogramming your subconscious mind. Because remember, when you become a new version of the self, you need to also reprogram your own subconscious mind. Don't take the old program to the new version, because even the new version will still continue with the programs within the subconscious mind. That is when you need to reprogram your subconscious mind.
So things that I've had today, I've never heard them. I've never known them. And it is important to get educated because it's not everybody who knows everything. These are things that we should know and as humans and get to understand them. So guys, we have been advised. It is just for you to decide on whether you want to act accordingly or to ignore everything. But as for me, I have the education with me. Let's continue subscribing to this channel for those that haven't, and give this video a like so that it may reach many people. It is for you to decide whether what he has said is important to you or not. So please give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't. We see you in the next one. Bye.